Okay, friends, good evening and namaste to everyone. As usual, first I will report my day and then we will talk about some things related to ancient India. Okay, so now today I am getting up at 7:30 and I'm studied about how China is misusing the powers of UNSC's United Nations Security Council memberships veto power. Basically, how China is using its veto power in accordance to save the terrorists of the Pakistan from keeping them away from designated terrorists by world. So China is preventing the terrorists from encountering by the world. Okay, and the taxes imposed on Google by CCI means a Competition Commission of India has imposed a 936 crore rupees of penalty on Google because Google was basically in or trying to prevent its competitors like the Google was started to use the Google was started to compulsorily use the Google Pay to pay the apps which are payable apps like some apps in Google Play Store are paid versions. So you if you want to pay the apps, you should pay from Google Pay only. So like this, Google was inhibiting other competitors in that field particularly. So that's why, and many more other things are there. So due to those things, Google was literally alligating or not following the rules of the Competition Commission of India. Okay, then so that's why Google was imposed CCI imposed 936 crore of penalty on Google, and then probably Chinese stock crashes after Xi Jinping gets third term as a president. So as you know, Xi Jinping has getted his third unprecedented term. In this term, he was so seeing this term, the investors are literally they are panicked and due to the panic, most of the stocks or investment from the China was drawn out. So that's why it will created a crash in Chinese stocks in New York market, okay, not in China. So after that, aerodynamics means I am talking about here particularly about Turkey because how Erdogan is literally exploiting its country's all people's emotions in favor of his politics. Like the country's economy is not so good of right now. Literally, I will explain that. In India, the current inflation rate is 10%, nearly 8 to 10%. But in Turkey, it was 83% inflation was there. So and this much of inflation and high economic crisis are going in Turkey to uh, what fluctuate or take the um, action or alert of the people from that economical crisis to religious sentiments like Erdogan has announced that from to these onwards he was not economic according to Islam giving debt interest or taking interest is haram. So like this how he was connecting economy to the um, religious perspectives to gain the political uh, leverages. Okay, so that's one thing completed. And Turkey and Pakistan both are jointly ventured to develop an cyber army which will literally developed to just counter India and mislead the information to influence the Muslim, and particularly Muslim and population of India, to provoke them and um, uh, mislead them to a wrong narrative that Indian present government is not good, and to remove them, the cyber army was created in the uh, Pakistan, literally by the venture of Pakistan and Turkey's involvement. So India should build a firewall to prevent this. And Rishi Sunak was unable to cross the GDP of the India because the current situations of the UK are like that. And then news has come over genetically modified mustard are cleared by the board. Particularly, I am not remembering that board's name. It was in Delhi University, but now the ball is in government's court. I mean, now the decision should be taken by the government whether the genetically modified mustard seeds are allowed in the market or not, because some right wing institutions like RSS and many things, many institutions are saying that genetically modified things are not good for health, and if something happens in the future in accordance with the genetically modified seeds, who will take the responsibility of that? So that's why some sentiment in India is ongoing against the genetically modified seeds. So government should think about it and take a good decision. It's in favor of the farmers and in favor of the country, okay? Because we presently are suffering from the oil importing situation, so it can be resolved by some good things, okay? And then, okay, world affairs. If we'll come to world affairs, basically the ambassador of the China to the Bangladesh has said that he was a big fan of India, okay? If you notice that a great influence of India is in Southeast Asia and China in the ancient times, because our culture is a lot stronger and a good culture in the world in the ancient time and till today also. But today we are cutting the roots of our ancient roots from our culture and our living life, and we are adapting slowly to the Western culture, and it is a hazardous thing to the country and also individually to us also, because if we cut off us from our roots, it's basically meaningless to our lives, okay? How cultural revolution was done in China, and through cultural revolution the roots of the Chinese people were cutted, and now they are suffering from an vacuum. So that vacuum was trying to fill by the nationalistic ideals, but it cannot be done according to me, because people of China was now frustrated by the current government. So like that, we are going away from our roots. We should avoid that, and we should learn about our ancient history. I know that presently our history syllabus is completely blundered, and there are no scientific evidences for those all the theories, like RNA invasion theory. You can take that. See, our history should be rewritten, and it should be in that manner, in the realistic manner only, okay? So because of that, students will come to know that our rich heritage, and then we will feel proud of our culture, and then we will follow our culture. Basically, you are trying to say our culture is wrong and our culture is inferior, then you are expecting from the people to follow your culture. It's a difficult thing. So that's why, because first we should teach them how rich our culture is, and then we will ask them to follow our culture. It will be a good thing and it can be achieved. And then how USA is killing Europe. Okay, that's in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. And so I have seen the Pravin Mohan's video. Literally, I will see the videos every day. So today he was talking about the guns and bombs, grenades used in the ancient India, and somehow the science was, so I think they were not mentioned in our mainstream history. It's a blunder. Okay, uh, hope we will think and talk about these things in more in upcoming videos. And but the main thing is today I came to know that our the main thing in our country it should be done is we should write our history again, and make a new education policy and implement it in a good manner, because the present day education system is literally suppressing the students to learn, and it was capping the minds of the students and not allowing to think them rationally, because it was only practically there are no uses of those what we are learning in the classroom is not practically using in the we are not using in our day to day life. huh? Okay, it should be considered, and then some decision should be taken on that. Okay, so we will talk, and these things should be get corrected, and that's for the day. Thank you, friends. Jai Hind.